This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Cut! 49! Cut! Alert flare! Check the backer!
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now it's Lockett. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Right there, 54 miles.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And a completion to Wilson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now Wilson. Being chased out left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth.
49 the mic. Blue Dan.
Here we go on fourth with Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Mike 54. 95.
Penny, a first down carry. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Gets it to Gordon. 11 yards there, just like last play. From the gun, it's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Now Wilson, going to throw again. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Wilson to throw. He hits his running back, Procise. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. This is caught, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. The Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
3 down.
And here's Wilson operating from the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good job right there.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. Third and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with his second touchdown here in this first half. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Throwing on second down, Wilson. Looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up first and 10.
Check.
Now it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill. No surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, that credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
Eluding the pressure right. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
To throw again is Wilson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. This from 54 yards away. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, so we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
36 power.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught at the EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Slam, slam, slam. Check 31, check 31. Check 39. Kill. 39. 26.
On first down, Watson. He'll buy some time right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 53 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10.
Spot 31. No. Check.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They come up first and 10 at the 16. Watson looks to throw again. Steps away to his left. Incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Check. Lefty, 3 points down. He's coming. Check 26. Watch the safety crease.
Throwing again is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their own 23. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Wilson leads this one with Penny. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
12. Hey, look, 14.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check. Friday. Alert. Good guys, 4 down. Hey, easy, cut.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Okay.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 41 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Jump. Alert. Check three. 55. Alert. Let's see.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Got an open man, it's QT. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
24. 25. At 24.
Ball trot.
From the gun, here's Watson. Open man is QT, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5.
24 down, he's coming.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
This is it. 19.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Danny. Slam.
Down, go. 29. Alert.
Hustle.
Watson just beating the play clock. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Hey, 59.
On 2nd and 10, Watson on the move to his left. He'll try and run it. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Watch the run. Check your hot read.
54. Alert.
Neutral, focus.
At 24.
Orbit. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Hey, watch the slant.
Hey, alert.
He's coming. We got number
3rd and 2, Watson. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Kill.
59.
Kill. Turn up. Over.
Hey, 59.
Boy.
24.
Check.
Hey, 59.
Check now. Watch twist.
Here we go on 4th. Watson being chased out left. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller there to make the grab. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. Second and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
At the 41-yard line.
Watch the screen. Alert. Run left.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Let's hear it, Texans fans, because it's third down.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Bring out.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Move the team. You got nothing to do. Got it.
Here we go, 37 to Mike. Mike 37. Go. You tighten up. Let's go. You tighten up. Here we go, 37 to Mike. Mike 37.
12.
Here we go, 37.
14. Got it.
Check.
Now Wilson on first down. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
What's left? I'll go special.
Chance. Slam.
We look for signals.
Watch the shot.
Pre-alert. Run left.
To throw again on second down. Wilson flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's third down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Hey, zero.
From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally.
It's a foot race. The 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, 76 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker. They got his man complete. They give him a gain of 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Check 59. Switch it, Ken. Switch it. Shift. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
24. 29.
Check 25. Check 24. Slam.
From the gun, Watson flush to his right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
No.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. They'll let it. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, What have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing on third down, Watson being chased out left. He finds his target, Fuller. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Check 43. 36. Watch the slant. Motion.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now, the field goal ties it, but you're down here knocking on the door. What are you doing?
Did you hear the way you just said that?
Kind of.
Yeah.
With hesitance?
Yes, that means you don't want to kick the field goal, and I don't think they do either. They need to go ahead and get these points now and get an advantage and not tie it up. It'll feel like a big disappointment if they just kick the field goal right here.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Let's go. Check 3.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Buying time, and he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, 96 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Tighten up. 24. Shoot. 29. Lucky. 26. 24. Watch the safety creep. Zoom. Patch it. Quick the edge. Go. 49.
On first down, it's Watson. Dancing to his left. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Houston, It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter.
Hold the look, hold the look, hold. Safe. I'm 24. That's quick. I'm 24. Watch it. Short. 3, alert 3. Deuce.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. It's complete to Hopkins.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Watch out. Watch the edge. Shy 31. Crunch. Shy 55.
Watson to throw on third down. Forced out to his left. Throw left side complete to QT. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, Watson eluding the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
Now a first down throw. Watson flushed out right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target. And it's second down.
He's set. 98. 49. All day, just like that. 59. 55. Watch safety creep. 56. Roll it. 59. 9.
Here's Watson to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. The catch and run there. Good for 16 and a first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
3 buzz. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check motion. Motion. He's checking. 31. 59. Ball trot. Check 3.
From the red zone now, Watson escaping the pressure right and incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's second down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Under 10. 10. Hey, 24. 49. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Nice slow. Drive on. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Run.
Now Watson throwing again. Flush to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Following the sack, it's now third and long for Watson and the Texans.
26. Check nickel. Or hustle. Quick. Alert. Kill. Check safety.
To throw is Watson. On third down. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. On fourth down, Watson. He's got Fuller. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one,
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 26.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
6 man. Check cross, check cross, check cross. Shoot! Watch the shoot! 59. Hey, 59. Hey, 31. 22. Jet, Bama. Jet, 22. Jet, Bama. Jet. 24. Shoot! You go tight. Hey, 59. You got tight right there. Check.
On second and 9, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is third and 9.
Get him! Get him! Walk him out, get him out. 49, 49. Got the ball.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is third and 9.
Bang! 54! Bang, bang! Hey, alert! Play. Hayward. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Out of the gun, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
A first down carry now for Miller. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Yeah. Hey, 24 is down, he's coming. Check 13. Hey, down and go.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
The Seahawks 29-yard line.
Set. 19. 24. Switch it. Switch it. Shift. 59.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Being chased out left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
I can't believe they even let you 24. 25. Check 25. Check 25. 57. 83. 53. You got it. Here we go. 59. 55. Check 24. Off. Slam. Check 31.
Watson now operating from the gun. Buying time to his left. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That's another Texans. First down. 10 yards to go.
They'll run on first down. It's Miller. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Trey Flowers on the stop. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 5-yard line.
No score after one on EA Sports.
No score.